So we have done 1 year with our Jeep Renegade. So you see it's almost 11,000 miles, which is around 18,000 kilometers. And let's start the engine. So now I will show you in the mileage and consumption. You see that from the last 7,000 miles the average consumption is 45 gallon per mile, I think. I don't know exactly, but I think you guys in US we understand immediately what is it. You see currently we have 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but nevertheless let's talk about the car. So I will switch now the setup for our European visitors, and then we'll continue with the advantage and disadvantage of the car, which I have noticed during this 1 year of the usage. Okay, so I changed the units. Now you see that I have the car check service within the next 13 days. And now I changed the imperial units to the standard metrical units. You see that we have almost 18,000 kilometers done on the car. Average consumption fuel is 6.7 for the 100 kilometers, and the registration was started 11,000 kilometers ago. Let's see what more we can see from this one. Okay, this is the daily. Let's check also the consumption, which should be somewhere here. Okay, so range also here 6.7, you can see. So the assumption is that this video will be quite short to not bother you too much. So quickly, what I like in this car a lot, this is the things which is actually here. So maybe you can be a bit surprised, but let's turn it on. I think engine must be started, and okay, it's not so visible. You have to be seated to see how this is working, and this is actually what is helping me to keep my back fit, because I have some issues with my back and some pain sometimes when I drive a long time the car. I feel the pain, so this is really very helpful. I have a lot of cars in the past, and I must say that this is very useful things. So on my list, top 3, what I like, what I doesn't like. Number 2, I will put essentially the consumption, fuel consumption. I think the 6.7 is really not too much. I had in the past the similar cars. This is mostly done on the city and more or less half of this on the highways, but with a quite good speed around 140-160 km per hour. Which means quite fast. The another things which I like in this car, this is the space. In the back I do not drive too much, so I think it's not so big the space, but here literally inside the space is big, and after 1 year of the usage I must say that the space is pretty suitable for me and I like it. The another things which I like in this car is this, that nothing happened. So I used this year exactly 1 year and nothing happened. So everything is working perfectly. The car was never in the service except one case, which I will explain you later, but this is not connected with the car producer. And okay, everything is working, everything is working. Okay, you see it's working perfectly without any strange noises, vibrations and so on. So really guys, I must say that Chrysler has done a good job on this car, and you may be pretty sure that you will not have any stupid noises, or I don't know exactly. I'm pretty sensible for the noise, and I'm getting really nervous when I feel some noise from this area which I had in my previous Suzuki car, when I see some wind blowing somewhere, when I go quite high on the highway, and this is making me nervous, but not in this car. So I must say it was quite okay. So let's have a look on the engine. You can see that it's quite dirty, because probably I have some animals walking around during the night on my car. Probably the cats, because it's pretty hot. But engine is quite okay. Now you see, you can hear it, it's quite loudy, but normally in the car it's very quiet. So this is another thing which I like in my car. Okay, so I already said a lot of the things which I like, so now the things which I do not like. So I do not like the back surface. It's really small, of course, depending for what kind of things you are using this car. But for me, sincerely, personally, I must to say that after 1 year of the usage, the back should be a little bit bigger. I have seen that some of the cars has the additional space here. Here unfortunately I was able only to put some small things, and this is of course not enough for the transport when you go with the 2 children for holidays. Of course we can use our railings, which I really like because I already use them, and you can put the transportation box up. The another things which I do not like in this car is when I turn on radio, and for instance I match my mobile phone on the Blue connection, and I have to wait. I have to wait, I have to accept, and sometimes I do not have free hands and I have to wait a while. As you can see, this is not a really long time, but normally, unfortunately, when you have to do something quickly, it is really taking a while. The another thing here in front, which is not so clear for me, is also this here. For me, here is supposed to be some small pocket when I can put my sunglasses, for example. It would be really very useful. I have no idea what is behind. In my opinion, there is nothing. And the Chrysler should put it some box, for the storage of the glasses or whatever. It would be very, very useful in my opinion. The next things, which is pretty, for me, a little bit surprising, is this hole here, but maybe this is not directly Chrysler, but you see the one fixation point is much, and the another one is in different position. This I have been not noticed at the beginning. Okay, the another issue which I really don't understand, maybe it was really difficult to do this, make this seat flat practically, yes. So you can open this maximum only to this position, and I think that it should have possibility to open it much wider. Why? Because when you want to get sleep in the car, with this position is a little bit difficult, yes. But it's happened when the people want to take a bit of sleep in the car. Usually they open the seat, and it would be much more comfortable when you go up to when you go down to the end, and also it would be much helpful for the transportation of some big stuff, yeah. So this is the, I think, last thing which I noticed during 1 year of the usage of this car, which is not so fine for me. And the top one, which I like really in this car, and this I think is can be quite interesting to you guys. Look at this car from behind. And I really have some accident with another car which crashed my bumper actually here. And okay, now you can see my car after the collision. So this is the picture which I have done. So you see only some small scratches on the bumper, and now you will be quite surprised because I will show you the picture of the car which hit my car. So please prepare, because okay, let's see it. Yeah guys, so this is the damages on the car which hit my Jeep Renegade from the backside, and it's completely crashed. Yeah, you cannot use this car anymore. Yeah, it's practically scratched. And my car, as you can see, it's practically nothing happened. So this is for me top one of the Jeep Renegade, and the car is really indestructible from the behind. Yeah, sure that the car which hit me was quite small, but nevertheless, guys, respect. Okay, so that's it for the moment. Maybe within next year I will put another movie which 2 years with Jeep Renegade. But now let's keep to this one. If you have any questions, just to type me. Thank you and goodbye.